Hey everybody, welcome to Chronochord Media, and this, our list of our most anticipated games of 2017. I am C-Dub, joined as always by JC, and JC, I've got to say, man, we have quite the schedule of releases this year across the board for all the different systems.
Yeah, what a slate for 2017 as far as new games goes, and we have some new systems as well.
Most definitely, man. Let's go ahead and kick this list off right off the bat with what is, without question, for yourself and I, the most anticipated game of the entire year, Red Dead Redemption 2, coming out this fall from Rockstar Games. If you have not seen this trailer yet, go check it out. We definitely see a couple of familiar locations, and it looks like this is going to take everything that was great about the first Red Dead Redemption and make it that much better.
Yeah, C-Dub, I know you and I both played the hell out of the first one, had a lot of great times online playing each other. It's those kind of things that I'm looking forward to most, the multiplayer adventures, and maybe we'll hit up the hideouts again, and there's so much to do online. I mean, I think they'll probably even add more game modes.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I know that the posse system was really cool in the original Red Dead Redemption, so I have a feeling that Rockstar is going to take all of that, everything that was good about the first Red Dead, and kind of like they did with GTA 4 to GTA 5. They really expanded everything and just made a ton of new features. I'm sure this has got to be very, very high on a lot of people's lists of most anticipated games.
Now, as far as the timeline goes in Red Dead 2, I believe they're talking this is a prequel to the John Marston epic, so we're going to have to see which characters end up being the playable ones. Maybe there will be multiple main characters, just as there was in GTA 5.
Yeah, that seems to be the case, man. If I had to venture to guess, I have a feeling we're probably going to switch between characters, much like we do in GTA 5. And I got to say, maybe the biggest feature I'm looking forward to is the online creating your own character. I always got to kick out all the different playable skins you could use online in the first Red Dead. So it's going to be really cool to make a old Wild West version of myself.
I'll tell you what, man, taking a look at the map, it is freaking humongous. It's going to be almost twice as big as the map for the first game. A lot of familiar areas in the West and the desert and, Oklahoma, Texas. But then it looks like you start to go more east into the Smoky Mountains up in your area in Tennessee and also along the Gulf of Mexico or whatever they're going to call it in the game, down in the swamps of Louisiana, it looks like.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool to see some new environments, some swamps, perhaps some Appalachian Mountain-esque environments, as well as the ones we saw previously in the last game, those really, really frigid, cold environments up in tall trees and up in that area.
One more thing I was thinking about Red Dead C-Dub is the storyline was kind of linear in the first game with John. I was hoping in the second one they're going to make it more, especially if there's multiple characters, make it more decision-based storylines. So you could have up to like 5 or 6 different storylines that you could possibly explore based on the decisions that you make in the game with your characters.
Yeah, I think adding in that bit of replay value, which makes it to where you don't just go and play the single-player campaign one time, and you actually go through and play it multiple times, I think that's going to be a major component for Rockstar to get right on this game. I think they could work the branching storylines and the fame or infamy meters from the last game. I think you could kind of work that together to where you could really end up with upwards of 5 or 10 different endings for the game.
And one can only hope that there's a cameo by the protagonist from Red Dead 1, John Marston. Hell, maybe we'll see old Uncle or some of the other crazy characters from that first Red Dead game. But C-Dub and I will most certainly keep you informed on any breaking news related to Red Dead 2. We're going to be covering it all year up until its release, and it's going to be probably, the main game we're going to cover, I foresee, this year. What do you think, C-Dub?
I think that's pretty much a given, man. We were major fans of the first. I think we're both pretty big on the old Western genre as well as history. Hey, as long as Rockstar delivers with more of the same that we saw in the original, I think everyone is going to be in for a real treat here.
All right, C-Dub, let's run through some of the other games that we are looking forward to here at Chronochord in 2017. I know you've been waiting a long, long time, perhaps your entire existence on this planet, for the new Friday the 13th video game.
Yeah, that's really not too far from the truth, man. The original Friday the 13th on NES was already released whenever I was a kid and got my NES, and I've always been a big fan of that series as well as the 80s slasher genre. And finally, this year, sometime in the first half of 2017 is the latest news on a release. IllFonic and Gun Media are bringing to us Friday the 13th, the game. I cannot wait. They've got a lot of the people from the actual movie series on board here. They have Sean Cunningham, who is essentially the father of the entire series, as well as Kane Hodder, who played Jason, doing motion capture. Tom Savini, the special effects wizard, designing some of the game's kills, as well as Harry Manfredini, who produced that iconic Jason sound. You guys all know what I'm talking about. He is actually scoring some exclusive songs just for the game. And Friday the 13th also has already had an open beta. And from everything I've seen from the gameplay, this looks fantastic. I've only been waiting most of my life for it, and I think it's finally going to deliver. The lopsided 7 versus 1 mechanic of the game of counselors taking on Jason is really, really entertaining, and I think this is going to be fantastic for both fans of the series and the horror genre, as well as those who have never seen a Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, the first two, I thought were very good movies for being in the horror genre. Now, C-Dub, you told me a few times that the great Tom Savini is introducing a new design for Jason.
Indeed, that's true. Tom Savini designed the original Jason that we saw in the very first movie, and I believe he did a little bit of work on part 4 as well, but he hasn't really done any major design for the character in all these years. We just got a teaser image from the people at IllFonic and Gun Media showing us some of Tom's work, and I gotta say, it looks pretty interesting. All we see is a dark shadow with what appears to be fire in his eyes. I'm not really sure where Tom Savini's going with this, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Really looking forward to that one, as well as Red Dead 2. Thanks for checking out part 1 of our 2017 game preview here on Chronochord. Make sure to comment, let us know what games you're looking forward to this year. Make sure to throw us a sub as well, and we'll be right back with part 2 of our gaming preview for 2017.